Hey everyone, Tyson Alger here after Oregon's 61-28 victory over Georgia State. We're outside Autzen Stadium. I'm here with Andrew Greif. A really kind of game that on the scoreboard looks like a blowout. There was definitely some things Oregon needed to work on, but overall a pretty easy win for the Ducks in the end.
Yeah, I wrote that it was kind of a two-faced victory. Oregon still seems to have kind of a split identity. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's like the defense can look really good. They forced 2 turnovers today. They scored on. Joe Walker ran back a fumble. Tyree Robinson ran back an interception. And
Had
yet
another interception as well.
Yeah, they forced 4 total turnovers, and yet they're still the same defense that has really basic issues with tackling. The offense can look really good. They scored twice today in a 5-play stretch. Royce Freeman looked really good, but they started very slow and really kind of just sometimes it just got mucked up and didn't exactly look fluid. And so there's some questions that go into Utah, but they're still, I think, the team to beat in the Pac-12 North.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at the Ducks offense, they did have a couple of those drives there where Jeff Locke was able to drive them down, but they settled for 4 field goals in this game, which, you can take that for maybe being Locke's first start. Maybe they scored with Vernon Adams. I think if you're looking at their offense, though, you look, okay, Royce Freeman was easily carving through that line. That's not a really huge problem there. So I think if they get Vernon Adams back and healthy, I don't think the offense is going to have those problems there. I think it's just that the defense and once again the secondary there just looked very questionable against an opponent that really shouldn't be giving them that much trouble. Defensive
coordinator Don Pelham said that he thought they made strides forward today, which, everyone was kind of saying, well, how do you see that? And he thought that they just settled down in the second half. Third quarter was actually pretty bad for Oregon. They got a lull. He acknowledged that, said that maybe they lost focus. They were up, I think, 33-7 at halftime. But he liked the way that the guys responded. That's kind of nebulous, but from how he took it, they did well. First half, though, Nick Arbuckle from Georgia State threw really well. They had a receiver go over 100 yards in the first quarter. Pac-12 quarterbacks probably are looking at that like they could feast on it. Yeah, and we'll have Pac-12 play starting next week against Utah. I know you and I were talking earlier. It's going to be kind of insane when the Ducks face Goff and Cal, one of the best passers in the league, and I think the Ducks are definitely going to need to shore things up before the conference play begins. They're 2-1. They finished non-conference play. I asked Mark Elfridge, what have you learned after your non-conference slate? And he said that these guys are resilient. They like to be challenged, and they do well after a challenge. There are going to be plenty of those coming up in the next 2 months of the schedule until we find out if they're really going to be Pac-12 North champions again.